Hello and welcome to a Monday, the final Monday of October. It's October 27th of 2025. With Aaron Glandon, I'm Dan Ramey, Mike Smith on assignment for today. Good to have you here.
Good to be here.
I assume that you survived the weekend.
Just barely.
We saw each other Saturday for the Chillicothe JC's Halloween parade, and which I think everything went okay. I mean, we had some streaming issues.
Yeah.
Wasn't a complete solid stream the whole time. We had a few buffering issues and things like that.
But most people in the comments were very graceful.
Yes, and we're learning the ins and outs of this stuff, and you learn by doing.
Yes.
And we were doing, and we were learning on Saturday. But everybody got through the parade A-OK, and we're happy about that. So, and we hope that you had a good time with it as well. That is up on our YouTube channel?
Yes.
Okay, so you can check that out. I think it's also here on our Facebook feed as well. Well, coming up shortly, we'll take a look at news. I don't know that we've ever had this many sports stories to tell.
It's a lot.
We've got a lot of that for you coming up in the second segment of our show. And this date in history, all just ahead. But first, let's take a look at the forecast to let you know what to expect. Sunshine today and temperatures around 61 degrees to start things off for your Monday. Overnight lows will be around 48. And then tomorrow, sun and cooler. Tuesday high only to reach around 55 degrees. That might be late in the afternoon. For Wednesday, we are expecting maybe as much as an inch of rain, and that should be coming Wednesday afternoon, according to the forecast map on our website, which you can find at littermedia.com. Just click on if you hover over news, weather pops up. Click on that, and it takes you right to where we see the weather map that we just showed you, and it's interactive. You can take a look and see what it's doing with Hurricane Melissa right now.
Yes.
Who I live with as well. So, but we'll not get into that much more deeper than this. All right, coming up in a moment to look at news. But first, let's tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. If you have an issue with those conditions in your home or in your business, they can take care of these. They do large commercial jobs and big homes, little homes, even in mobile homes. You want to find out more? Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and it will take you to AccurateHVAC.com.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Littermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Littermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
Dixie Chopper. Speed when you need it.
Visit your local Dixie Chopper dealer today or visit dixiechopper.com.
I'm the Breast Health and Imaging Navigator here in the Women's Imaging Center, and I'm here for patients as the first point of contact with an abnormal mammogram. I'm here as an advocate for patients and do help with eliminating any barriers along the way. So I'm able to see a patient when they've gone through a cancer diagnosis and have gone through their treatments and the whole journey, and I'm able to catch up with them and touch base with them years later. It's nice to be there and to hear that, I was able to make a difference in one of the steps of their journeys, and if anything, make it a little bit easier along the way.
If you're curious about where you can find Litter Media, it's real simple. Just go to littermedia.com. It's the easiest URL to remember, and you can start your day that way. Check out all of our news, and we have links to our social pages, including X, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and Litter Media Radio, right there in the upper right-hand corner of our homepage. Beneficial news that you can use.
A whole host of stuff. And we're going to start off with a sad note. Retired Chillicothe Police Captain Bill Stansberry passed away Saturday following a lengthy illness. Bill was also leader of the Ross County Junior Deputy Program for many years, was a former Huntington School Board member as well. He joined the Chillicothe Police Department in 1974 after serving in the U.S. Army. Funeral services will be held at 1 o'clock this Thursday at Haller Funeral Home. Last time we ran into Bill was over at McDonald's on East Main Street. Mike and I were having lunch there, and just about a year ago, I think it was. And he'd been suffering with illness here the last several years, and finally it finally succumbed to the cancer that was in his body there. So our thoughts are with the family of Captain Bill Stansberry.
Yeah, absolutely. Pike County YMCA and the YMCA of Ross County are now going to be the Scioto Valley YMCA. In a release last Friday, CEO Steve Clever said effective January 1st, 2026, the two Ys have agreed on an intent to merge. The two have worked together in recent years, but according to a news release on Friday, the respective boards have announced the approval to merge, combining their efforts to serve their communities.
The annual Circleville Turkey Trot once again takes place Thanksgiving morning, inviting runners and walkers of all ages to enjoy a 5K through the streets of Circleville while supporting local efforts to fight food insecurity. This year's proceeds will benefit two local programs, the Emergency Clearinghouse Food Pantry and the benefit of the Community Cupboards of Pickaway County, both of which work year-round to provide food and essentials to individuals and families in need. The 5K begins at 9 a.m. on Thanksgiving Day. That's Thursday, November 27th, starting and ending at St. Philip's Episcopal Church on West Mound Street in Circleville. Participants can sign up at the early bird rate of $30 right through October 31st. But we also have one here in Chillicothe.
Yeah, the 20th annual Fallen Officer Larry R. Cox Turkey Trot 5K and Fun Run will be on Thanksgiving Day, 11/27 at 9 a.m., so same time. Registration is available online only. The pre-registration deadline to allow for race day eve pickup shirts is Monday, November 17th, 2025. So if you want a shirt, you got to sign up by then. Mm-hmm. Online registration is over at 11:59 on November 26th. All registration is being done online with no race day registration. Get more details on the Southern Ohio Crime Stoppers Facebook page.
Over the weekend, as we mentioned, we were at the Halloween parade in downtown Chillicothe, and they awarded two winners for the best costumes. And the 13 and under category, you see the little Wahoo bus right there. Isn't she a cutie? We don't have names, and we apologize. When they did this, we didn't get names. But the one on the right was the 13 and over, and I was given the medals to put around the necks, like the little girl here. I put around her neck. Everything was fantastic. And then here comes this headless guy.
Yeah.
And I got to try and put on his.
Well, it looked like you got it. In the picture here, it's clearly around where the neck would be.
You see where the medallion is? That basically is where his face was.
Okay.
And when I went to put this on, the top of his neck, basically where the head gets chopped off, that was actually like a little hat thing that stood on his head.
How does he see?
And it almost came off. I think it's through, let me stand corrected here. The medallion is probably beneath where his chin is, where that black portion, where the neck portion of the costume is. That's probably where he's looking through.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's just I remember him opening his shirt and you could see his face. Almost like having your face in your throat in that respect. All right, tomorrow, actually, I'm jumping the gun here. Our road report today. Both northbound on and off ramps for the US 23 and East Main Street interchange are now open until November 5th. So things will change next week, and that's where the southbound ramps will then close for the next 45 days. But for this week, you can go and you can come on and off the road without any issues.
Good.
But there's plenty of still orange barrels and all that kind of stuff up, so be careful as you do it. Now, tomorrow, we are taking the show on the road, going out to Adena High School tomorrow, and we'll be with the Adena High School FFA members who are preparing for their Veterans Day Assembly. Now, we don't normally go on the road, but now that we have the streaming unit, we thought, and the kids couldn't make it here because they had activities after school.
Right.
And so it was just best for us to collect all of our equipment and go to them this year.
And we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we had them with us last year, but now we're going to go out there. So depending upon the internet strength and everything we have at your alma mater.
Yes.
So looking forward to that, to visit with the kids out in Frankfort. All right, that'll be at 8:40, thereabouts, live. And so...
Live on YouTube and on Facebook.
You'll have to get up early for that. And so will I. And so will you, mister.
Yeah.
When's the last time you were at Adena High School?
At 8 a.m.?
At 8 a.m.
Probably when I was in high school.
That's what I was thinking. So it's been, 6, 7 years?
6, 7. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I fell into something I didn't mean to fall into.
I see. I've been doing that to make fun of it to Kenzie, but now it's in my brain that when I hear it, I have to do it.
And I was merely saying 6 or 7, not like the kids are doing today. Sorry for those of you that are offended by that phraseology. Coming up, a look at sports, which is where the 6-7 thing comes from anyway. Details on the way next.
But first, we want to tell you about the Skag clearance sale, which is still going on right now. And the prices are so low down there at 818 Eastern Avenue, you're going to think they've lost their minds. Choose from a wide selection of Skag mowing equipment, but you'd better hurry because once clearance inventory is gone, it's gone and the low prices with them. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Do yourself a favor and call Hometown Motors Incorporated at 740-773-8826 for more information. Hometown Motors, your store for the great outdoors.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org. Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today. Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Time for sports, and we're going to start off with some good feel stories for you today. Our first feel-good story came from Jacob Meredith, who is the Circleville Herald Sports Director, a.k.a. Traffic Light Sports. This is Jackson Mace for Taze Valley, known as the J-Man by Taze Valley fans, scoring a TD in the Vikings game with Logan. And look at the exuberance, everyone playing in on this. He has been a special supporter of the football program for a number of years, and here was senior night to get a chance to do something like this that both coaching staffs agreed to go through, and we've seen that sort of thing before.
Right.
But here at Taze Valley, it was extra special. The unfortunate thing is that later the game was marred by an altercation, and officials stopped the game just 2 minutes into the second quarter. So the game had to be stopped. But from what I understand, the seniors were recognized, and the same for the marching band, because when a game is stopped in the second quarter, what happens to halftime?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and that's where sometimes a lot of the senior recognition is going to take place for the band. So they had to do some quick thinking on their feet at Taze Valley this past Friday night. The second one comes to us from closer to home here, Scioto. Thank you to Londonderry Lens for catching this. Senior Mason Jones had no one to walk across the field with him on senior night. So how about with 60 of your teammates and coaches, huh?
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, Matt Hoops, hats off to you, buddy. A great way to support this young man. And it's difficult for a kid on your senior if you don't have a family to go across with you. Or how about the family you spent all summer with and all off season with in the weight room and everything? So brothers in arms, great job by the Scioto Shermans on Friday night. Now we jump into the Ohio High School Athletic Association Football Playoff pairings released yesterday. All games for the first few weeks will be played on Fridays. Area teams earning byes for the week include those Scioto Shermans you saw just a moment ago, Jackson and Eastern. Those playing this Friday by division, Division 3, Region 11, Bloom Carroll hosts Linda McKinley. Athens travels to Buckeye Valley. Hamilton Township will host Independence, and Sheridan is at Granville. Division 3, Region 12, Chillicothe heads to Cincinnati McNicholas. Hillsboro faces a familiar foe from the FAC. Speaking of Miami Trace. And then we have Division 4, Region 15, Fairfield Union will entertain Heath, and Circleville will host Philo. Division 4, Region 16, Washington Courthouse is home with New Richmond. And Division 5, Region 19, Zane Trace heads to Lucasville to play Valley. And Amanda Clear Creek is on the road to Portsmouth, which is our game of the week. This coming Friday night, we'll have coverage with Mike Smith and BJ Daly up in the press box, and yours truly and also the other guy, speaking of Aaron Glandon, will both be on the field for the action of this Friday's game in Portsmouth at Trojan Stadium.
Defending Division 5 state football champ Ironton will not be among those playoff teams this season, as they've been banned from postseason play due to playing ineligible players.
This is a story that they started talking about at some point in time last week, that something was going to come down the pike, and it came down the pike, that's for sure. Now, they didn't strip them of previous state championships, which they won like the last 3 of the last 5, I think, in that division. And so here we see now a group of kids that, from decisions made by adults, they're suffering, but it's difficult.
Yeah.
A difficult circumstance. So we don't want to get too much into that. If you want to read more about it, all that information is available at littermedia.com. I did reach out to my brother, Jason Filial, who has done the Ironton Tigers football games for a number of years now. And I asked him, I said, what are you going to do for the first time in November now? Because they've always played right through to December, the first weekend of December. And he's picked up some duties doing some Shawnee State women's basketball games. So
there you go.
He says, I'll have something to do, just not Ironton football.
Right. Unfortunate. A number of area high school cross-country runners will advance to the OHSAA State Cross Country Championship on Saturday, November 1st, following qualifications at the regional level, which was this past Saturday, October 25th.
So congratulations to those kids. We shared a lot of this on our Facebook page, so in our news feed you can see some of the photos of some of those that found their way to the state meet coming up this weekend. Our Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School Scoreboard. We've got Adena Volleyball claiming their 39th district championship in school history with a sweep of SVC foe Southeastern in Division 5. St. Trace finished as district runner-up in a 3-1 loss to New Lexington. Now, as you see on our score page here, you can click the links there if you want to hear Mike Smith and Sarah Smith, who were doing the Adena game. Sarah had to leave, but then the second half of the doubleheader with St. Trace, Mike Smith did solo. Those are links that will take you right from our score page right to where you can hear those matches replayed again. Also, Saturday, Wheelersburg swept Alexander. Adena will face East District winner Union Local at 6 p.m. this Thursday at Logan High School in the regional semifinal. In D4, Circleville won their first district volleyball title in 41 years with a sweep of previously unbeaten Gallia Academy. Miami Trace fell in straight sets to Dover in the D3 finals, while Bloom Carroll won their title in 5 sets over DeSales. South Webster and Valley are D6 district champions. D7 winners were Notre Dame in 5 sets against Western, and Eastern Megs topping Southern. In D2, Taze Valley lost in straight sets to Big Walnut in the district finals. Area soccer teams to win district championships on Saturday include Scioto, Jackson, Wheelersburg, South Webster, and North Adams, all boys, and the Marietta girls. Congratulations to those kids.
Ohio Bobcats won at Eastern Michigan 28-21 on Saturday. Ohio State was idle this past weekend, but they're going to return to action with Penn State this Saturday.
And the Ohio Bobcats will be hosting the Miami Redhawks this coming Saturday. And it's all on you, buddy.
No, it's Tuesday.
On Tuesday, yes.
Tuesday the 4th.
So tomorrow?
No, the 4th.
Oh, next week. Okay. Glad I confused the situation there. Yes. Ohio State and Ohio University did meet on the floor at the Shot yesterday. Chillicothe's Brandon Knoll, who you see on the bottom of that picture there, scored 18 points in his debut with the Buckeyes. Now, this was not an official game, just a scrimmage. I think it was 118 to 174, I think, maybe 113 to 74. But the Buckeyes winning that one. The season officially begins next Monday night. So awful cool to see Brandon Knoll on the floor for the Ohio State Buckeyes in his final year of eligibility. The Bengals watched the New York Jets score 23 points in the fourth quarter. See, going into the fourth, it was, 31 to 16. And the final, however, 39-38, the win for the Jets, who were certainly...
They were winless.
They were winless going in, but they also were mourning the loss of Nick Mangold, longtime center for the New York Jets, former Ohio State Buckeye, and a teammate of Ben Hartsock at Ohio State. And it was unfortunate. He lost his life at the age of 41 due to kidney failure yesterday. So our thoughts are certainly with the New York Jets family and the Mangold family as well. The Steelers lost at home to the Packers 35-25, and the Browns' woes continue in a loss to the Patriots 32-13. Cleveland enters their bye week at 2-6. Cincinnati is back home with the Bears next Sunday, and the Steelers will host the Colts, who are 7-1. And Monday Night Football, the Commanders and the Chiefs go at it in Kansas City tonight.
And I'm not hopeful, but I will be watching.
Now, if they lose, it's 3-5.
3-4.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
We are 3-3 right now.
Are they 3-3?
Yes.
Okay.
He doesn't know anything today.
I'm being Mike's Uncle Doc.
Yeah. The Cavs returned to Cleveland and earned a 118-113 win over the Bucks, and they'll host the Detroit Pistons tonight. Meanwhile, the Blue Jackets beat the Penguins in overtime on Saturday 5-4, and they'll take the ice in Buffalo with the Sabres on Tuesday of this week.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to update us on the World Series.
What'd you say the Commanders were? 3-3?
Yes.
According to Fox, it's 3-4.
That's not right. They're 3-3.
Is there a game you're trying not to think of?
No, I really think we're 3-3.
Okay. Because there was a Philadelphia or was a Dallas game that you were trying to completely forget about.
It's Dallas.
Dallas. So maybe you're not counting that one. World Series is knotted at a game apiece. Toronto taking the opener Friday 11-4 with the Dodgers winning 5-1 in Game 2. Game 3 is tonight in Los Angeles. That's a look at sports. A whole bunch of it for you today. Coming up, this date in history, we'll turn the clock back to 1904. Details coming up.
But first, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. There's no bill when there's a fill. Contact Litter Quality Propane today about our metered gas service at litterpropane.com.
Each weekend this October, Sugarloaf Mountain Amphitheater transforms into Haunted Mountain. Try to find your way out of the escape room. Traverse the spine-chilling scares along our haunted trail. And each night at 7:15, the Mothman Experience begins on the main stage with It Flies by Night. Or bring a lawn chair and enjoy a free showing of our scary movie series on our giant projection screen in the parking lot. See our movie schedule and secure your spot for the Mothman Experience at hauntedmountain.org through Halloween night.
Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc. Minimally invasive spinal surgery got him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Before we continue, should we make a correction?
No. You were telling me before the show went on that you had a funny story that you wanted to share on the air. So let's do that.
Yeah. By the way, the Commanders are 3-4. We have confirmation. Yesterday, you know your love for insects.
No, I don't like bugs.
If there was a gold medal for jumping when a bug falls from the ceiling, this guy would have won the distance and speed.
This happened like a year and a half ago, and they still bring it up.
It did because it was just so fantastic to see happen. Yesterday,
you try sitting there and a stink bug falls from the ceiling onto your head.
I'm sorry, a what?
Jump.
A what?
It was a stink bug,
and it didn't land on your head. It landed on the table.
It was still startling.
So yesterday, we had a couple of wasps in our church yesterday. And I saw during the song service, my mother-in-law got up out of her pew, and I thought she was going to the altar. Well, she was going over, and she was whacking a wasp in the window. And to give you the setting of our church is on the downside of a slope, and so you got the roadway, and the church is built up. So there's about a 12-foot drop out the back door that's in our sanctuary. I'm leading the service yesterday, and while all the fighting of wasps is going on, one of them comes up and lands right on my chest. And one of our second elder is testifying at the moment, and it starts crawling up my... So I decide I'm going to go to the back door, and I'm going to open the door and just brush him off my chest and let him fly away. Well, there is a step down to this door that leads to like a fire escape that goes down the back of our church. Mind you, 12 to 15 feet up. Well, as I'm walking and I open the door, I can't tell where the wasp is now. And I look at Pastor Todd Montgomery. He looks at me, and he's reaching towards me as to help brush it off of my neck. He forgets about the step, and he falls into me, and we both go out the door. And fortunately, I was able to, it was the hand of God, kept us from going over the railing down to the 15-foot drop behind us.
Right.
I'm sorry, 12 to 15-foot drop. When we helped each other back through the door, first of all, everyone in the congregation was like, at first, but then when we came back in, laughter ensued. It was hilarious. But I tell you, it broke the ice of the rest of the service. People started testifying and talking about the goodness of God and everything. So God he's got a sense of humor.
Yeah.
And he used it on us yesterday.
Absolutely.
Through nature. The wasp survived, by the way, at least the one that was on me.
Last time I encountered a wasp, it was in my living room, and it was on the ceiling. Mm-hmm. And so I grabbed a broom and went to smack it.
A broom?
Yes. And I smacked it so hard the broom just broke. So I had to go get a new broom after that.
Did you have to repair the ceiling?
No.
Okay, so it wasn't that bad. Just the broom.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go on to 1904. Now we're talking about, look at this, it's a subway. Now that's a little more modern than what we had in 1904, but at 2:35 in the afternoon of October 27th, New York City Mayor George McClellan takes the controls on the inaugural run of the city's innovative new rapid transit system, the subway. While London boasts the world's oldest underground train network, which opened in 1863, and Boston had built the first subway in the United States in 1897, the New York City subway soon became the largest American system. And I have a feeling it probably still is today.
Probably. You know, the entire time I was in LA, I didn't know that it had a subway system.
Really?
Yeah.
Even after watching Speed?
Well, that's how I found out. Because I was sitting here with Mike, and he said, Does LA have a subway system? And I was like, no, I don't think so. Because I'd never ridden on it, and I lived there for 4 months. Mm-hmm. And then he looked it up, and it does. And he found out by watching Speed.
Mm-hmm. Of course, when the Yankees played the Mets in the World Series, hence the term the Subway Series, because you could hop on the subway and go from the Bronx to, is it Manhattan that they play in? I can't remember where it is. There's so many boroughs in New York, and I just can't remember. I remember seeing Shea Stadium from the air when I was there, but I don't think they play at Shea Stadium anymore, do they?
I don't. You can ask me anything about baseball. I won't know.
I'm sorry. Did you not take a baseball course?
I took a history of baseball class, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, but it didn't cover the modern era.
Were you at Indiana Wesleyan on scholarship?
Yes.
Was it a complete ride?
No.
Mom and Dad had to spend their money, hard-earned money. Today's education. No, I'm kidding.
I'll bring in some of the papers that I wrote for History of Baseball, and you and Mike can read them.
That would be interesting. Are they handwritten or were they typed?
They were typed.
They were typed. Okay. Maybe we can reach out to a special correspondent, Mark Smith, the professor, and ask him what it was like to grade some of your papers.
You could.
You could.
He taught that class.
You don't know anything about baseball, though.
I know some things, but
okay.
We didn't learn who played in what park.
Oh, who's on first?
Yeah, I know that.
You know what's on second?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, Grandma Joyce.
Yes, thank you for watching, Grandma Joyce. And yes, I've been giving him a hard time today.
Yeah, he has. You need to come up here and whoop him.
He's got some thick skin, though. Or it's getting thick from all the whooping we're putting up on him.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for the program today. We are in Frankfort tomorrow, or on the outskirts of Frankfort, I guess, at Adena Schools. So that'll be at about 8:40 tomorrow morning. We'll try and shoot for that airtime. Don't be surprised if it's not till 8:45 or maybe even 9 o'clock, because we got to get the kids in place and all that stuff to make it happen. But we're going to talk about the Veterans Day Assembly with the FFA, who will be putting this assembly on next week. All right. That's it for the November 10th. So it's not exactly next week.
It's sometime.
Okay. That's it for the program. Thank you for sticking through all this way with us here on Litter Media Radio and on Facebook as well as YouTube. Thanks for watching.